Hello everyone, hello wonderful people. We are talking about jealousy today. Jealousy, how it can sabotage your love life, your relationships, your dating, your happiness, your inner peace. So I want to talk to you a bit about jealousy and give you some tips about how you can begin to manage your experience with this emotion, because jealousy can be one that really impacts your choices and how you show up and make you act, not make you, but be an influence on why you might be acting out of alignment. Jealousy can do that. It does that. I got asked a question last night on my Tuesdays Q&A, which I do on my stories every week, a question about jealousy, and I just really felt connected to it because I know that it's something I get asked about so often, and it's something that I actually help people to navigate through, whether that is on my courses, whether it is one-to-one, but also lives like this, to be able to talk about this feeling. Because one of the things I want to say about that feeling of jealousy is that it's a normal emotion. And what I invite you to do straight away, and if you've worked with me or if you attended the live Becoming Irreplaceable taster session on Sunday, you will know that this is something that I do with people a lot, which is when we're talking about an emotion, I invite you to consider that emotion in your personal experience. What does it feel like when you feel jealous? Where do you feel it? What does the emotion jealousy bring up in you? Even just exploring that emotion itself. That's, when it comes to emotional intelligence, you've got to know your experience with emotions. So that's the first thing I would be inviting you to do, is just to have that awareness. Where do you feel it? What stories and thoughts and beliefs do you personally attach to jealousy? Because it is one that we are told is bad, is wrong. The amount of, and I'm seeing it especially in girls, but it can be in anyone, but the way people will gossip and bitch about someone if they're jealous, like it's the worst thing in the world that someone has experienced this normal emotion. So the first thing is to normalize jealousy. It is a feeling that we all have, and you don't have to feel bad about experiencing jealousy, because you're a human being and you feel a whole range of emotions. So good for you that you're able to access your emotions and you feel jealousy. Okay, the thing about it is jealousy is one of those emotions where if you are someone who struggles with it, it can really influence how you show up. It can really influence your choices and your decisions. And if you don't have any control over this emotion and how it leaves your body and goes out into the world, then there's a chance you might behave in ways that you're not very proud of. You might hold back a compliment for someone. You might actually make someone's achievement smaller. Say something to them to bring them down a peg. You might gossip about someone because they love themselves too much, when quite often it is coming from this space of jealousy. Now, we've all heard it, right? Oh, you're just jealous, you're just jealous. And actually the truth is, a lot of the time you are just jealous, let's be honest. But it's a dirty emotion that we're told not to feel. None of that, not on my watch. So one of the things that I'm doing on Becoming Irreplaceable, which is my 8-week course, that is, what's influenced and inspired me to come on and talk about this topic, is because it's something that comes up a lot on that program on Becoming Irreplaceable. And it makes sense because quite often, 9 times out of 10, in fact, When I am working with people who have an anxious attachment or anxious avoidant attachment, that is that they struggle to be close, they struggle with intimacy, they fear being left, they fear being abandoned. Jealousy is an emotion they are extremely familiar with, and it is one of the emotions that triggers those moments of insecurity when they really do act out. And I see it a lot when it comes to like the other woman, whether the other woman is an ex-girlfriend, other people that's the person you're dating might be dating, perhaps you're not exclusive yet, perhaps your love interest already has a girlfriend, perhaps it's a new girlfriend of someone that you once liked or with an ex. And people can really struggle with that. Now, what's happening when you are experiencing jealousy? There is an internal experience for you that you're inferior, that you are replaceable, that you are comparing yourself negatively in some way. And the meaning you are attaching to that is that you are replaceable. You are not good enough. This person is better. And that's what we do. We get sucked into this inferiority complex. And for you to begin to manage that and to not lose yourself when it comes to jealousy, to not get stuck in a spiral, your self-esteem to hit the floor because you're feeling so replaceable, you're going to have to build up that muscle that knows that you are irreplaceable. That when those thoughts creep in about the other woman or about the thing that you're jealous of, about the situation that has triggered this, that you can catch yourself and use jealousy in the way it's designed to be used. Use jealousy to show you what it is that you are afraid you're lacking. And then from that, make moves. Take the steps it takes. Firstly, celebrate this person. Okay, now if it is that someone has moved on or it's a relationship and you find that really hard to not compare yourself, you must understand that in some ways, people are going to have strengths where we have weaknesses. And we're going to have weaknesses where they have, or we're going to have strengths where they have weaknesses. That is the way it is. But the way you can move through this is firstly, what is it you're fearing you're lacking? And then you work so hard in that area. Not hard as in to the ground, hard as in a way that lights you up, in a way that says, this is what I desire, this is what I want, this is what I thought I was lacking. Now, what you will need to do is you will need some methods and strategies to help with your mindset for when those negative thoughts want to take you down that spiral of jealousy. You are going to need those methods. All of this I am giving you on becoming irreplaceable. You can sign up now. We are starting on the 6th of September. This is all going to be easily accessible to you over those 8 weeks. I am going to give you the skills, the tools, the strategies that you can move into your irreplaceable mindset, because from there you feel irreplaceable. You feel free. You feel yourself. You feel happier. You feel high energy, and you go for what you want. And any, like jealousy, it doesn't bring you down. The other thing that you must do when we are becoming irreplaceable to beat this feeling of jealousy, essentially, is to up level in all areas of your life. The people I work with, they are focused on relationships only, and what they don't have. And that doesn't get you what you want. That doesn't get you the person that you want. It doesn't get you seen. It doesn't make you stand out. It's actually quite replaceable, right? When we're in that low energy, focusing on lack, of course that's replaceable. We quite often don't want to be around that energy. It's not okay to expect someone to want to be in a relationship with someone of that energy who relies on that like puts their happiness, their self-worth into the hands of that person. A secure person, that's a lot for them, you know? So what you have to do is take a step back. And to become irreplaceable, you have to build a relationship with yourself. And that's where the spark is. That's where this incredible journey is. That's where the magic is. That's where you can become friends with jealousy. You can use jealousy to guide you. And so, in different areas of your life, start to take leaps. Start to tune into your soul's calling. Start to look at what lights you up, what makes you feel good, and bring that to the table. Bring that energy to the table. You know, that's what you bring to this person. And if you can wholeheartedly say, I brought myself, I was myself, I know how irreplaceable I am, they can move on, but it's not going to be me, because this is what I bring. This is how I manage my emotions. This is how I communicate. This is the joy that I bring. This is the life that I lead. And that influences, and that energy is like magnetic. And if at that point you're not with this person, you can say wholeheartedly, I was myself. And by that point, perhaps you're just not supposed to be together, you know? Perhaps that's what it is. And you have to pick someone secure. If you struggle with jealousy, the people that you are surrounding yourself with, you know, we have a whole module on becoming irreplaceable around raising your standards. We have a whole module on choosing someone secure. You have to be able to choose someone that you can be around that can regulate your emotions. That is to regulate when you feel jealous. Once you have looked after that jealousy yourself, to then be able to be made to feel safe by the person that you're with. If you are surrounding yourself with someone or people who is unable to make you feel safe in your relationship because you don't know where you stand, you don't know if you're about to be replaced, if you're picking someone unavailable, it's very likely you can be replaced, because that's what they do. They can replace. You can't blame yourself for that. You have to choose someone secure. Like I say, a whole module on, well, how do I know if they're secure? How do I manage my jealousy through picking someone who doesn't activate my jealousy? How do I know who they are? I've got a whole module on that, on becoming irreplaceable. And that's what I'm inviting you to. If this is something you struggle with, if jealousy hijacks your whole mind, body and soul, and it influences your dating life, then I strongly encourage you to get on board with getting to know yourself and managing this, because it's not going anywhere. This is what we have to do. This is what I've had to do. Jealousy used to really, really affect my relationship hugely. I've had my most anxious episodes through a period of jealousy where I've absolutely lost myself. And that is through, again, a whole module on this, through knowing my triggers, healing my relationship with those triggers, healing what's inside of me when it comes to what makes me jealous. It's a healing, you know, there's so many healing methods out there. And I really feel like once you make that decision that you're going to go on this journey of self-discovery, getting to know your emotions, knowing your triggers, knowing what to do, how to behave, how to light up your life, then you're going to have a whole new relationship when it comes to comparing yourself and it comes to jealousy and that intense emotion. So these are my tips, that it is normal, that you have to pick someone secure, that you need to use it to become irreplaceable, so that you can stand wholeheartedly and know that you have been your best friend, you know, that you have grown in all areas of your life. So that is my top tips around jealousy. It's not an emotion that's going anywhere. The most secure people will have pangs of jealousy, but perhaps what it doesn't do is take them down into a spiral where they lose themselves, they lower their standards, and quite frankly, they feel replaceable and they get stuck there and they miss all of these precious moments with their, you know, of their life, because they're too busy focusing on what is lacking, what they don't have, not realizing that they're moving themselves further and further away from the things that they want, desire, deserve. So I hope that you found that useful. If jealousy is something that you have been struggling with, it doesn't have to be that way. You can definitely change that. You have to take the leaps. On the 6th of September, Becoming Irreplaceable, my 8-week group coaching program begins. It's actually 10 weeks because we have 2 bonus weeks. We look at how you can choose someone secure. We look at how you can manage your triggers and build that emotional intelligence so that when feelings like jealousy take over, you can regain your power. You can have the power of the pause and you can step back into your control. We have 5 women on there already, so you're very welcome to come and join us. All the details are in my bio, so go there. You can DM me, ask me any questions about Becoming Irreplaceable. You'll see lots of the things that I'm posting at the moment, whether that's on my stories or on my grid or the reels, are all designed around introducing you more to becoming irreplaceable, which is basically going from insecure to secure, so that you can let go of your ex and you can stop attracting unavailable relationships. I was going to say avoidant people, but avoidant people and unavailable relationships. Let go of your ex, become secure, live a life that completely lights you up, and feel irreplaceable. So the link is in my bio for that. Don't forget, you are enough, you are lovable, you are so worthy, and you're irreplaceable. I'll see you all soon.